Sports.
We are Black Horse. We are San Diego.
Petco parked the scene. In batting practice, Chase Headley trying to smooth out that stroke. He's 1 for 14 since being activated after the fractured thumb. And Buster Posey, 351 hitter at home, but 143 on the road. Let's see how he does here. The beautiful confines of Petco Park here in downtown San Diego. It's the first of a 3-game series. The world champion Giants visiting the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone. A happy Friday to you all. Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, pleased you've joined us. It's always a bit more important when the best in baseball from a year ago come to visit.
Hey, it's great for the players. It's great for the fans. There should be some electricity in this 3-game series. I'm excited tonight. We've got a good pitching matchup and some guys who can swing the bat in both lineups.
Well, last Saturday, it's a pitching matchup that compared to last Saturday, only 2 runs were scored. Both of them came off the bat of the most valuable player in the league last year, the Giants' Buster Posey.
And he is a good one. And Buster Posey will give a lot of opposing pitchers fits. Andrew Kashner against Buster Posey. Yeah, it was a fastball. Buster Posey loves the fastball. And 3 for 6 his career off the right-hander, Andrew Kashner. So hopefully he can contain him tonight with that fastball and that changeup.
And Kashner pitched well, but left the game with no decision on Saturday.
Yeah, he was really good with his pitches. The one thing that really impressed me, Dick, was that he was utilizing his changeup and spotting his fastball. 95-96, he can locate it, and hopefully he can go deeper in the game as well, maybe 5-6 innings tonight for Andrew Kashner.
The bad news for the Padres and perhaps the rest of the National League, last Saturday, Tim Lincecum looked like the Cy Young Award winner that he has been 2 times.
And why? Because he was aggressive with all his pitches. It was almost like Tim Lincecum had the attitude that said, I'm going to go right after these Padre hitters with my fastball, with my splange. Yeah, a splange, folks. We'll get into that as the game goes on.
Splange.
It's his changeup, and then he'll flip up a breaking ball. But a lot of swings and misses when Tim Lincecum was out on the hill last Saturday. One thing to look for, mentioned it earlier, for the Padres to look for the fastball early in the account and then capitalize on that to stay away from that off-speed pitch.
Well, this is the week of the NFL draft. These 2 pitchers tonight were number 1 round picks by their respective teams. The Cubs took Andrew Kashner in the first round, and Lincecum in 2006 was the first pick of the San Francisco Giants. We're ready for baseball.
Established those very well in the zone lately, and I got a really good feel for my curveball right now, so I'm pretty excited to get back out there.
the way. Andrew Kashner making his second start of the season. He faced this Giants lineup just 6 days ago, giving up 2 hits and 2 runs in 4 innings, but said he was pretty happy with his game plan, and that'll remain pretty much the same. He may change up a few things, adding a couple breaking balls on different counts, but he said he was working on things in the bullpen this week that he really wants to incorporate.
I think the biggest thing is really, locating my curveball, my slider. I haven't really, established those very well in the zone lately, and I got a really good feel for my curveball right now, so I'm pretty excited to, get back out there.
That is your Geico quote of the game. Kashner said he loves to hit, so this starter role makes sense for him. Also loves the challenge of facing guys third and fourth time around and really having to dig deep. So it's Andrew Kashner facing Tim Lincecum, game 1 of this series. Coming up after the break, Mark Grant and Dick Enberg with the call.
His first home run. Into the corner. Here comes Torres. The Giants winning 3-2. There's a base hit. A solid shot to left field. That one is clubbed deep to right field. And that
is plenty of action up at AT&T Park in San Francisco over the weekend as the Giants swept all 3 and outscored San Diego by 10-2 margin. That's right, the Padres only 2 runs off this outstanding Giants pitching staff, and San Diego takes the field. A look at tonight's Giants lineup for Bruce Bochy, brought to you by Hyundai. Much like the ones we saw up north, Pagan leads it off, then Scudero. Pablo Sandoval hits third in front of Buster Posey. Then Hunter Pence, he has 4 homers. Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, he has already equaled and surpassed his home run total of a year ago with 4. Gregor Blanco in left, and Tim Lincecum on the mound. And tonight's Padre defense brought to you by Aramco Mortgage. Quinton, Venable, and Denorfia left to right in the outfield. Headley and Alonso at the corners. Cabrera and Jerko up the middle. And John Baker gets the call tonight, handling Andrew Kashner.
Well, second start of the season for Andrew Kashner, his second straight start against these Giants. So he's watching the scouting reports. Early outs up, just 2 strikes, and then if he gets to 2 strikes, he can put him away with that nasty changeup of his or the located fastball. 95-96 on the hitter. We might see a lot of swings and misses tonight out of the hand of Andrew Kashner.
Says he really feels good about his curveball. We'll see how it acts tonight. Calling the balls and strikes, Greg Gibson behind the mask. Mike Estabrook, Hunter Wendelstedt, and Jerry Lane, the crew chief, at third. A light sky, beautiful day today throughout San Diego County. Temperature, we would guess, low 60s, huh? 64. Close enough one, I guess. There is a breeze at times out of the northwest, 12 to 15 miles an hour. First game, 3-game series. Padres like to atone for being swept up in San Francisco.
And you know, the off day yesterday, a lot of these Padre hitters, as Bruce Bochy's filled out his lineup card to go against these Padres, they wanted to play yesterday. They beat the Brewers. You want to get that momentum going. So now you got to tee it up again on this Friday night against the Giants.
Pablo Sandoval wearing that sarong for a jersey. We'll see him hit third. Sooner or later, someone's going to hit that jersey that's way out of his trousers, and there's going to be an argument about whether that's a hit batsman.
Well, we've seen that before. Hitters with the baggy jerseys just clip the jersey, take your base.
Angel Pagan, good leadoff man, hitting at 279 and has 11 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot. Had a game winner at San Francisco, one of the 3, and we're set to go in San Diego. Fastball starts down in the dirt. Cashner, still a young guy, 26. Played his college ball at TCU in Fort Worth. Line drive, base hit. Didn't take Pagan long to climb aboard. A solid single to right.
Well, this Giant offense, they like to swing the bat. They love the fastball. Going to this ball game ranked 4th in the National League in hits. Not a home run hitting team. They're ranked 12th. So they're going to hurt you with the base hit, the extra base hit, the double.
That'll bring up Marco Scutaro. One thing true to form, Mark Grant, off the bat is San Francisco being the most aggressive hitting team in the National League. In fact, the major leagues, they take fewer pitches than any other major league team. There's Pagan, second pitch single.
Yeah, anything close, especially a fastball. See, they're going to be hacking. First pitch fastball from Cashner. But he is ahead 0-1.
Yeah, they brought the family, and they'll all get a feel of a Major League Baseball. Well done, San Diego fan. Scutaro checking in at 225. Giants are 13-9 after winning 4 in a row. They lost their last 2, both at home against Arizona. They start tonight 1 game behind the NL West leader, the Colorado Rockies. Runner goes. Throw by Baker. Not close.
You might see a lot of that from the Giants, being aggressive, not only swinging the bat, but also taking the extra base. John Baker getting the start tonight. There's a fastball down. Kind of pulled it a little bit, and the short hop doesn't help. So Pagan is in scoring position.
His second steal. Now Scutaro try to advance the runner by going to the opposite field. When the Giants score first this year, they're 9-2. Two strikes on Scutaro. Back to the mound. Pagan advances. 1 away. Cashner was tempted to go to third, but elected this early in the game to make the wise play in the short out.
Well, the pitches that Andrew Cashner throws, we talked about it earlier, but last Saturday to Giants, here's the breakdown. A lot of pitchers fall into this category. Majority fastballs, the changeup and slider, and then very few curveballs. But remember what Andrew Cashner said. We're going to keep an eye on the curveball. He says he feels really good about it. His last bullpen, it felt really nice out of his hand. And some Panda fans, Dick, looks like in the stands this evening.
Yeah, there's some orange and black here represented as Sandoval. It was his 2-run home run and against Andrew Cashner that won the game 2-0 for Lincecum last Saturday night. Among the leaders in RBIs, Sandoval with 18.
Andrew Cashner electing to go from the windup with that run around third base.
Foul back, and Cashner had 2 strikes. So here's the time of the man at third and 1 out to try to strike him out. You see how he's got that jersey well above and over the belt buckle, and you could hit that, and unfairly he'd be on base hit by a pitch, or Blouse hit by pitch. Gets away. Pagan scores. The Giants take the early 1-0 lead. On the wild pitch from Cashner. He had Pablo down on the count, 2 strikes. Trying to get him to fish for a breaking ball, and it was so far out in front of home plate that Baker couldn't make a play.
It was a breaking ball, but look at the lead by Pagan. As soon as he sees daylight between baseball and catcher, he is off and running. He didn't have to slide, but just to play it safe, he gets dirty once more. He's a mess. Look at him.
And the Giants take the early lead 1-0 on a single, a steal, a ground out to the mound, and a wild pitch. And now you get the strikeout. 2 away.
He just challenged him with a heater. He was well behind it as well. And that goes to show you that just because this is a fastball hitting team and Pablo Sandoval loves the fastball doesn't mean you can't throw it by him. That's some gas located on the outside corner.
Buster Posey against Cashner has had good success in 6 at bats. He's hit 2 home runs. There are his season totals. He's raised his average. He's around 200 just a week or so ago, but been on a bit of a hitting tear, as one might predict, for this most valuable player in the league a year ago. Two balls and a strike to Posey. Hunter Pence would be next. Line to left. Solid single. And with 2 outs, Posey's aboard.
That might have been a case of Andrew Cashner possibly speeding up the bat of Buster Posey. That was a changeup. And maybe the changeup coming in a little bit too hot, and it really didn't have a lot of movement on it, a lot of dip to it, kind of straightened out, and Posey was all over it.
Hunter Pence, the unorthodox right fielder of the Giants, and almost everything he does somewhat quirky. Big man, chokes up on the bat. Almost fills the entire batter's box with that wide stance. 2-0.
Looks like his pants are like maybe above his knees almost. Hunter Pence. Look at that.
See, you get the pitch that might be a strike at the knees will look like it's low. Headley, a high hopper, goes the short way, and the fourth ends the inning. But the Giants score first on a couple of singles, and the Padres bring up Cabrera, Venable, and Headley in the first. Brought to you by Toyota. Cabrera leads it off with Venable and Headley hitting third. Then Quinton in the cleanup spot. Yonder Alonso, Chris DeNorthia, Jed Jerko bats seventh. John Baker eighth behind the plate, and Andrew Kashner on the mound hitting ninth. And the Giants defense brought to you by Hyundai has Blanco in left, Pagan in center, Pence in right field. Sandoval, Crawford, Scutaro, and Belt on the infield around the horn. Posey behind the plate for Lincecum. Tim Lincecum, 28 years young, from Renton, Washington, University of Washington. A 2-0 start this year, and in his 4 starts, the Giants are 4-0.
Hey, Tim Lincecum is pitching a little bit rather than just throwing, like when he was a youngin as a San Francisco Giant.
Cabrera steps in at 273. Whoa, watch out. That one goes down the camera well. The steps to the near side of the Padre dugout.
And Chris DeNorthia is giving Everett Cabrera an earful. Has this happened before? Look out.
Incoming.
Okay, everybody starts to scatter.
Whoa, that was over DeNorthia's head.
Bruce Springsteen says that's twice.
Having a little fun. 1 and 2.
Inspector Gadget wants nothing to do with that. That's why you always have to watch the ball. You always have to watch the bat, no matter where you are at the ballpark.
Ground ball sharply into the hole. Crawford with those sweet hands throws him out. Oh, he is an outstanding shortstop.
Well, tonight's scouting report for Tim Lincecum is brought to you by Nissan. Get ahead with the fastball. That's what he likes to do. And then put away the splange. Dick, you asked what the splange is? Well, remember, it's not a split finger, according to Tim Lincecum, and it's not a true change. So I'm coming up with splange. It's kind of a split finger grip. We'll get a shot of it later in the game, but a lot of swings and misses on that pitch up in San Francisco, his last start against these Padres.
So watching the action of his pitches from the center field camera, seemed like everything he threw, which at bottom was dropping out.
Yep.
Will Venable against Lincecum has had recent success. He's hitting overall in his career 263 with 3 home runs. Off the plate, 2-1.
Well, right before the inning started, you know, Tim Lincecum in the past, he's worn a bracelet on his glove hand, and the rule book says you really can't have anything on your wrist or on your throwing hand wrist. So the home plate umpire, Greg Gibson, have taken on. It looks like Tim Lincecum has no problem with that. He took it off with no questions asked.
He works quickly, and the count is full. Headley on deck, and Carlos Quinton here in the Padre first. Struck him out on a changeup.
Well, Dick, that's exactly the movement you were talking about. Watch this tumble off the table, and the swing from Will Venable tells it all. See how far out front he's fooled by the arm action. Fastball, but because of the grip, takes a little bit off. It tumbles. That's a doozy, Judge.
Was that the splange?
That was the splange.
Yeah. Chase Headley, 4 for 25 since being activated on the DL. And 1-1 the count on Headley. His only hit the last 17 at bats has been the home run up at San Francisco. And that was hitting right-handed against Bumgarner. We'll see Zito tomorrow night, and then Vogelsong for the Giants on Sunday. 3-1. Well, Friday fireworks night, and the Padres hope they can produce some pyrotechnics of their own before the game's over. A walk is maybe lighting a fuse.
Sure.
First runner on is Headley for the Padres.
Sometimes Tim Lincecum can work a little too quickly and it'll work against him. Good patience right there by Chase Headley.
One of the things that was in the favor of Lincecum in winning 2-0 in San Francisco was he had excellent control. He's walked his first man here in the first inning. Carlos Quentin, lifetime is 3 for 7 against Lincecum with a home run. Starts him with a changeup.
That's the Splange grip we just saw. And then he will adjust accordingly in his glove. See, it's easier for a pitcher to start with that grip and then adjust in the glove, because think about it. If you've got a two-seam grip like that, then you have to adjust to a changeup. You're going to fan your glove, right? You're going to probably give your pitch away. So he starts there. If it's changeup, he just see, he's going to throw something other than the changeup, I think, right here. Fastball. Did you see him kind of change just as he went with his glove? Now, granted, he does hide it very well. It's tough for a pitcher, or a hitter rather, to see it. You take a look out of his hand there. Coming right at you on the fastball. There's the split grip.
You make a good point. You know, they study a lot of video. Even before the days of video, you try to pick up some little tip. Sure, pitcher might be giving away what he's going to throw.
Like, remember Ryan Dempster, how he'd like flip his glove through his delivery? Well, the reason why he did that is because he was fanning his glove when he would go to his split finger, so he just started doing that all the time. Now the hitter doesn't know what's coming, what grip he's got inside the glove.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. He threw that Splange and has a couple of strikeouts in the first. Giants lead it 1-0.
behind the plate catching for Andrew Cashner tonight. I had a chance to talk to him and ask him where the biggest stride has been for Cashner this season, and he says, you know, first of all, it's just a basic maturity mentally coming from the back of the bullpen, transitioning to that starter position. He goes, this is a guy who can throw 100, 109 miles an hour, and he has got to learn how to reel that in, and he feels like that's where he's beginning to find out that he doesn't have to throw that hard. He can slow down pitches, work different angles, and that's what he's seeing from him, guys.
That's a good point, Kelly. And Dick.
Brandon Belt just picks that hole between first and second and grounds a single to right field to lead off the second inning. That's 3 base hits allowed by Cashner, all singles that have run.
And Dick, you've seen a heck of a lot more baseball than I have, but when you look at pitching in the big leagues or any level, it's about location. It doesn't matter if you throw 98. It doesn't matter if you throw 88. That pitch was elevated. It looked like an off-speed pitch, and Brandon Belt just hooks that one through the hole on the right side. But if Andrew Cashner can harness that location with the 96, oh, look out.
Brandon Crawford off to an excellent start. Takes a strike. Tied with Hunter Pence in home runs on the club with 4. He's knocked in 10, and he saved probably 10 runs with his glove.
He is a good one, isn't he? Man,
the more you see him, the more there is to like. Could be 2. Cabrera to Jerko to first on double play. 6-4-3 in the Padres turn 2.
Well, what a great way to make a good pitch after giving up a single. And this is not an easy feed for Cabrera. Look at, as soon as he catches this ball, he directs all his momentum to feed Jerko, and Jerko fires a strike to Alonso. Nice turn, guys, right there at second base. Make it look so easy.
There's the strength of Jerko's arm, too.
Yes.
How quickly he caught and fired that strike to complete the 6-4-3. That brings up Gregor Blanco. 94 strike, 94 miles an hour. It might surprise some that the Giants have the second best team batting average in the National League as you look at how quickly he had to make this underhand flip. Now Blanco the exchange.
And look at the footwork of Jerko. Left foot on the bag. Squares up, gets those spikes up so you don't get him caught on the slide. Nicely done.
97 on that heater, but a little out of the strike zone. 1-2 to Blanco. Giants as a team second to Colorado in the National League batting averages. That one well out of play.
Pretty good pitch there. Just inside a little bit. High enough, but just off the plate a little bit.
Whoa! Almost took Cashner's glove with that shot back through the middle. Well, that's another hit for the Giants. They had 2 in the first, now 2 more here in the second. Brings up Lincecum.
Yeah, Andrew Cashner tries to double up by going inside. That ball actually slicing away from Cashner as it passes him. Blanco does a fine job of getting his hands through.
Lincecum 1 for 6 so far this year.
Andrew is just so free and easy with that delivery. I mean, you know, the arm speed and then the ball jumping out of his hand. His delivery looks like he throws 89, right?
Yeah.
But it comes out at 97, 98.
Balls behind Lincecum, 2-0.
You know, a good gauge for a pitcher, I think, a goal. Each batter that comes up, throw one of your first 2 pitches for a strike. Obviously, you'd rather be 1-1 than 2-0. So if you can throw one of your first 2 pitches for a strike, I think you've got a pretty good chance to put the hitter on the defensive.
Thank goodness, from the Padres' point of view, the double play by Crawford on his ball. A couple of hits here, but so far harmless as the count runs to 2-1. Threw that one by Lincecum. 2-2.
Tell you what, the fans above the San Francisco Giant dugout here at Petco Park better be heads up with Tim Lincecum up at the plate. He's going to be a little late. He might rocket a foul ball right over that area. Yes. Heads up. Put your glove up there if you got it.
Baker reminding Cashner with the count 3-2 and 2 outs that runner will be going.
And you leave the first base from there to hold him on because there's no way Lincecum's going to pull.
And he takes strike 3. Cashner has his second strikeout. No damage done, although the Giants come up with a couple of singles in their second. Inning and a half, lead 1-0. Earlier today, taking some batting practice, Denario Alexander, the wide receiver of the San Diego Chargers. He played some college ball at the University of Missouri. Tom Garfinkel, the San Diego president, there to look on as Alexander had a good time, and he has a new teammate as a wide receiver. The Chargers in the 3rd round, 77th pick, selected Keenan Allen from the University of California, Berkeley. Outstanding wide receiver. Second and 3rd rounds today. And the Chargers made some headlines with their pick in the 2nd round. And we'll give you that after Yonder Alonso accepts this next pitch. 2-0.
I'll tell you what, the ball was jumping off of Alexander's bat during batting practice. I was really impressed.
3-0 to Alonso with Denorfia and Jerko to follow.
He almost went opposite field home run off the Fox Sports San Diego sign. Yes.
And on 4 pitches, Alonso the leadoff walk. So the Chargers picked the big offensive tackle from Alabama, DJ Fluker, and then they traded up 9 places to pick Monty Teo, the linebacker from Notre Dame, whose idol was Junior Seau. Of course, the number 1 pick. Number 1 pick at Chippewa, Central Michigan.
That is unbelievable.
Eric
isn't
Fisher.
It?
Well, it's a trend. Joe Staley, who is maybe the best lineman in the NFL, was about the 5th player picked by the Niners a few years ago. We can produce those interior linemen up there in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We just could get somebody that could catch the ball and run fast.
All the great athletes go to Central Michigan.
They do, yeah.
You mean to tell me there was no Wolverine picked in the first round?
I don't think so, and I don't think there was a Spartan either.
What's that tell you?
Well, they go to Central for an education. Chris Denorfia. Max Mitchellette and yours truly, proud alums of that great university, the Harvard of the Midwest. So Denorfia struggling here with his control. That's 7 straight out of the strike zone.
Good old fastball away right here. Oh, it doesn't have to be now.
3-1.
That was one of the lines from the dugout. 3-0, and it doesn't not that close. But as you take a look at the most walks allowed since 2008, Lincecum is up there with Ubaldo Jimenez, AJ Burnett.
Line drive, base hit, Denorfia. Alonso will check in at second as Pagan plays it in. The Padres have their first hit. Solid single from Chris Denorfia.
Well, early in the count, if you get the fat fastball, hack at it. It's 3-1 right down the middle, and Denorfia does not overswing. That's a good-looking swing. Hey, the Padres need to get the power facilities out early this game. Get out to an early lead.
Jet Jerko. Young man with all those home run credentials in the minors, still seeking his first as a big leaguer. Takes a strike. Change up. Two on, no one out here in the Padres second. Giants lead 1-0. A lot of off speed from Lincecum. That was the curveball. Boy, fastball with movement.
Yeah, did you see it? You're absolutely right, Dick. A little cut fastball. Just a little bit of movement at the end. It means he's kind of working around it just a little bit. Not a bad thing because it creates the movement.
Low, 2-2.
That looked like the splange.
Lincecum has had good success against the Padres in his career, 11-5. Here at Petco, 5-2, and an ERA down there, 2.47. Deep down the right field side and well out of play.
That's why you bring your glove to the ball yard.
No matter where you're seated.
Yeah, way to go, left-hander.
Alonso at second, Denorfia at first, no one out. And the count goes full. Good patience there by Jerko, laying off that slider. To left center, Pagan makes the catch, and the runners have to race to get back and do indeed. Pagan saves a run and possibly more if he misses that one. That could score a couple. Great defense by Angel Pagan.
And Tim Lincecum giving him a little bit of love there, saying, "You demand there." Fastball in, Jed turns on it. Great first jump from Angel Pagan. And watch, he does the tuck and roll, okay? And then he comes up firing because he knows that the runners might be well off their bases. Tim Lincecum loves it. Tell you what, that's a player getting dirty and making a great catch.
John Baker rolls it to second. There's one. There's two. An inning that started so promising, 2 on, no one out, ends with the Padres coming up empty. And after 2, it's 1-0 Giants. Casual flair. Buster Posey didn't get the pants quite the right size. A little short. And Barry Zito featured in the magazine. So that takes us to Mark Grant to the Twitter poll.
Yeah, it's a chance for you fans to get involved. So who has the best shot at a modeling career after baseball?
D. Mark Grant.
Use the hashtag Posey model, Headley model, Zito model. A, B, or C. Use the hashtag, and we'll get the results to you later on.
Oh, that's no contest. You don't have to be a Padre fan to pick the winner in that contest based on those 3 shots.
I'm wondering if they got to keep the close.
Well, nice chase. Top of the 3rd, 1-0 Giants, and they hit from the top of the order. Pagan, then Scudero and Sandoval. There's that curveball he was talking about. Pagan singled to open the game, stole second, moved to third on a ground out, and scored on a wild pitch for the Giants run. And he's robbed Jerko of an extra base hit in the last of the second with 2 men on. And he lifts that one down the left field line, slicing foul. That fan brought his glove. Line drive over Cabrera's head. Pagan is 2 for 2.
Sometimes when you just slap at the baseball, you're quick, you're short, good things will happen. You know, he had him 0-2. He had him curveball, fastball he fouled off, and the Pagan knows, okay, I've got to keep that 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the back of my head. He does a nice job of just filleting that ball to left field. It was on the outer half. Did not overswing one bit.
Remember, after his base hit in the first inning, he stole immediately.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going again, Dick.
He had a pretty good jump there, but decided not to take off.
You know, some teams will pitch out 1-0. Remember Roger Craig with the Giants, he'd get froggy. Just because his pitcher falls behind doesn't mean that he'll throw a pitch out.
A little closer that time.
Yonder Alonso thinking right along with Andrew Kasher there. John Baker getting the sign from the bench. very close. Now, if you're not going to pitch out, the ideal pitch would be a fastball away. As we take a look, Andrew Cashner, great throw, a little lower, and he may have gotten it if that throw's a little lower.
I'd go over there again.
Yeah. See if Pagan shortens up a little bit.
He does go too high on the throw.
They wear him out a little bit, right? Diving back to first base.
Nothing else. You know, you pick up extra soil, so that slows you
It'll
down.
slow you down.
Yeah. Your uniform becomes heavier. Meanwhile, he falls behind Scudero 2-0. So here's a perfect spot for either a steal or a hit and run.
Good bat control guy in Marco Scudero. Huge hole on the right side. He'll try to go that way regularly with that runner on first base. Try to shoot it right through there. Marco Scudero will.
Well, he doesn't have to. Another wild pitch moves Pagan into scoring position with no one out. That's the second wild pitch. The first one was even more costly because it scored Pagan from third.
Well, John Baker tries to backhand that one. Did you see where John Baker got caught?
Yep.
Whether to backhand it or go after it, try to slide, just couldn't get it in time.
Not a lot of time to react when it's coming in there at 95. Pablo Sandoval on deck, and then Buster Posey here in the third. Giants threaten to add to their 1-0 lead. Ball 4. Just missed. Cashner with his first free pass.
Well, let's take a look. Look at the glove of John Baker. Hey, you know what? That looks like a pretty good pitch. On the black. Did not get the call.
So here's Sandoval. Struck out swinging the first time. Here's the RBI leaders. John Buck off to a great start with the Mets, but been quiet the last week. Brandon Phillips, Cincinnati, Ryan Braun, Milwaukee, and then Sandoval with 3 others at 18.
Gosh, you know, we talk about Tim Lincecum's stride as a pitcher. Pablo Sandoval is one of the longest strides in the batter's box as well. I mean, he gets extended with the bottom half. His front foot nearly goes to that front line in the batter's box. That's why I like to go soft on it. That's exactly what Cashner did right there. Here's the changeup. He gets really extended, right, but he can't stay back.
Pagan off second, Scudero at first. 2 strikes to count on Sandoval. Got him looking. He knew it. So the World Series and playoff hero for the Giants takes the walk. 1 away.
A great sequence of pitches. Frozen pizza on the fastball, and Mark Sweeney down by the Padre dugout. A great sequence of pitches to Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark, and especially when you go soft and then you have that 97-mile-an-hour fastball that's located. That is very difficult to hit. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, he had soft stuff in the back of his mind that at bat. That was nicely done by Andrew Cashner.
Posey lined a single to left field, his first at bat. First 2.5 weeks, a slow start for Posey, but his bat awakening. Timeout's called.
Oh, we got to go through the delivery. I know that's easier said than done, but Andrew Cashner cut it short. Hey, fire it back to the screen. But it's easier said than done. But you need to really continue with your delivery so you don't stop quickly and maybe jar something.
With that fastball, look what Posey does. He's almost out of the batter's box.
Yeah.
Trying to separate himself as much as he can from the man on the mound. Get a millisecond more time to pick up the pitch. He's on the line this time. You can see the mark back of his right toe. He was well back the last time. You're right. Just at 95, it looks like that they can't throw that hard with that little motion. Two balls, 2 strikes to Posey with Hunter Pence in the on-deck circle. Ray infield looking for a ground ball chance at a double play here to get out of the third.
You know, Dick, you look at the batter's box. Look where Buster Posey starts right there, but then he'll wiggle his way out of the batter's box just a little bit.
Either Baker was trying to fake the runners that one got by him, or he almost was handcuffed again.
Yeah, outstanding job by John Baker right there. Very difficult pitch to pick. Nice job right there, especially with the guys on first and second having to stay.
Yeah, when your catcher is set up a certain location, and then you have to adjust on the other side of the plate. That's a glove save and a beauty. You know, all your foot, I'm talking about Buster Posey, your foot just has to be in contact with that back line. And you know what I think should be a rule? Hitters are not allowed to come up there and wipe that line out. They should re-chalk that like every other inning. They drag the infield every third pitch.
Good point. Runners go. Ball up the middle. Cabrera has only one play. And with the runners moving, that saved the inning for the Giants, because otherwise Cabrera had gone to second for a 6-3 double play.
We take a look at Andrew Cashner pitch by pitch to the MVP, Buster Posey, trying to go hard away. He misses there. Okay. Challenging with a fastball. Posey taking. He likes the high fastball. Remember, he's still going hard. There's the one where Baker really had to make an adjustment. That last pitch there had some dip to it, inducing the ground ball.
So second and third for the Giants. 2 outs to Pence. His ground ball to Cabrera. The throw across in time for the out. Well, Andrew Cashner, 2 on, no one out, pitches out of it. It remains 1-0 Giants. By Farmers Insurance. Contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. And by Buick. Experience Buick Lease. It's a new lease on luxury. 2.5 in the books here at Petco Park in San Diego, and the Padres trailing the Giants 1-0. We'll bring up Andrew Kastner to lead off the third, then Cabrera and Venable against Tim Lincecum. Kastner making the comment, one of the reasons I love to start is because I just love to hit. 1-1. Let's see if he can deliver.
I've seen Andrew Kastner hit batting practice. Sure, it's batting practice, but he is some kind of strong.
Texas strong.
Yes.
And there's a base hit to center field. True to his words. Rattles one up the middle. Second Padre hit.
Andrew Kastner up in the box against it. Look at that ball knuckle off that bat. He squares that ball up nicely, throwing the head, helping his own cause. Andrew Kastner.
That brings up Everett Cabrera. Grounded to short his first time into the hole at deep shortstop, but Crawford throwing him out.
The big key is to get Andrew Kastner around to touch home, get him in that dugout, so get a little bit of rest after running those bases.
And this is what Cabrera likes to do, and Sandoval makes the play. Or does he? Yes, he does. Big man reacting well and diving to grab that foul bunt try.
You know what? When you look at Pablo Sandoval, say what you want about him, that kid's an athlete. He is an athlete.
The pandas up in the San Diego Zoo just were shattered. The cage did that collision with the ground. They felt it all the way up on.
That's a big panda. I'll tell you what, Dick. The media guide has him at 5'11", 242.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know, I kind of beg to differ, but that's not a bad thing.
Is that at birth?
The point is, the guy can move on his feet.
Can.
I mean, he's good on his feet.
Venable swings and misses. He struck out the first time. So with that out by Cabrera, you count Tim Lincecum's performance Saturday night and add the 2 1/3 innings tonight. That's 9 complete innings, allowing just 6 hits and no runs. One and 2 to Will.
And a bad ball strike ratio for Lincecum. That's why I think it's overrated. 21 balls, 22 strikes up to this point for Tim Lincecum. Almost 50-50. If you're falling behind, right, but you make good quality pitches when you need to, who cares about the pitch count and the ratio?
Runner goes on a delayed steal, and successful is Kastner. How about that? Venable strikes out, but Kastner on a delayed steal positions himself at second, and a chance for the Padres to tie it up.
Well, what's the key? Is a great secondary lead by Andrew Kastner, and Wu, he clips that base. He stuck that leg into that base. Looks like he's okay. But the way he slid, his right leg got curled up underneath him.
Needless to say, the first major league steal of Kastner's career. Headley with a chance to tie it up. Line drive, base hit, right field. Can Kastner score? Pence's got a good arm. Here comes the throw, and they hold Kastner at third. And now back to first, not in time. Dave Roberts doing a great job of coaching there, because the runner Headley didn't see Scutero over there hiding in the weeds. And Hoffman holds Kastner at third base as Pence's throw probably would have nailed it.
You know, Andrew Kastner was off to the races. He had home plate in mind. As Chase Headley turns on this breaky ball, And watch Cashner as he goes around third base. Glenn Hoffman nearly gets in his ear.
But see, Scudero had slipped over behind first base. Cashner, he's gotten a real workout here in this inning.
I'll tell you what, that takes a lot out of you, too.
Quinton, first and third, takes it just inside.
You know, when you're not used to running the bases like that, the adrenaline starts pumping. That sucks a lot of life out of you as a pitcher. The legs kind of get heavy. Got to catch your breath.
Tying run at third, 90 feet away for the Padres here with 2 outs to Carlos Quinton, struck out swinging first time. Ball 2. So in the inning, Cashner let out with a sharp single to center. Cabrera out trying to bunt, fouled it off on a pop bunt try to the third baseman Sandoval. Then Venable struck out, but Cashner stole second on a delayed steal. Headley single too sharp to right field to get Cashner in. He's still at third. Out of play.
Boy, did he have a pitch to rip at. You take a look at the Fox tracks brought to you by our friends at Southland Technology. Well, Carlos wanted that one. That's a pitch he could have really driven to right center field. And when you look at the defense in the outfield, that's where Pence is playing. He's shading over towards right center field right there.
Padres with runners at the corners, 2 out. Line drive, base hit. That'll get Cashner home. Headley to second. Padres tie it at 1. Their first run off Lincecum here in 2013.
Jump on the fastball. Oh, Carlos Quinton does a nice job of getting his hands through. And you love to see that. Get everybody up, especially the fans, up and out of their seats.
Quinton acting as if he was disappointed that it didn't get up more, because he got all of it with a line shot.
Yeah, if he elevates that, it's
3 to 1.
Absolutely.
So Cashner best find a place to rest here, and Padres could delay a little bit here. Alonso should step out, take a little time here, let Cashner grab his breath.
That's a good point.
He had a pretty good taxing time aboard. 1-1 to Alonso. Headley at second, Quinton at first. He went around. High fastball, 1-2. Alonso was 1 for 15 against Lincecum lifetime.
High fastball, that last pitch. You might see that splange about knee high, looking like a strike, and then dip right out of the zone.
Line drive, right field. That's going to fall in front of Pence. Here comes Headley around to score. It's 2-1 Padres. Quinton winds up at third base as Alonso drives in his 10th run of the year. That leads the Padres.
It's the changeup that is just left too high. You can see how far out front Alonso is to catch it. Just not down enough. And with 2 outs, the crack of the bat, the Padres take the lead.
Quinton motors to third. Alonso at first. Denorfia, who had a single his first time as the batter. Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, out to talk to Lincecum. 3 consecutive singles here after Cashner led off the inning with a single. And with 2 outs, Headley, Quinton, and Alonso. Belt line drive singles, and the Padres lead for the first time 2-1. First time they've led the Giants this year.
So the Padres need an extra base hit.
Ball 1. Meanwhile, the pitch count for Lincecum rising rapidly. Up to 55. 2-0.
Guys, this is when you can see the Padres staff understanding that they're putting together these plans of attack, and you can see it now. This is what the Padres have to do on a consistent basis. Hunt that fastball.
Didn't get the fastball.
Oh, 2-0 slider. Wow. That's pitching backwards. And that's exactly the count at what you're thinking, Mark Sweeney, because it's a fastball count and Orpheus looking for it, so Lincecum just pulls the string on the short breaking ball. Another one.
And the count levels at 2-2.
Well, you look at that Mark 2-0 pitch and that breaking ball, instead of making it out, slowing your bat down to put it in play, he ends up taking it for a strike. Just gaining knowledge as a hitter also helps down the road too.
Just foul pass first. Well, the Padres hope this is one of those innings this year that Lincecum has offered the opposition. He's given up 4 or more runs in a single inning in 2 of his 4 starts. Padres have half of those, 2, and they got 2 men on here for Denorfia. 2 in, 2 on, 2-2 with 2 outs. And a weak way, but a ball in the dirt. Posey will get the out at first base, and that's it for the Padres in the 3rd. But it was pitcher Andrew Cashner to his promise. He wants to hit and does, and sparks the 2-run uprising, and the Padres have the lead. That inning started, 2 runs on 4 hits, and the stolen base, the first by a Padres pitcher since last year in June when Anthony Bass pilfered a bag. Cashner goes through his pre-inning routine.
And once again, Mr. Enberg, what does that show you? That Andrew Cashner is the best athlete on the field.
Oh, you said because he's a pitcher, he's the best athlete. Well, look at his uniform.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go, Sweeney. Yeah. Hey, he's thrown the ball well. He got a base knock, and he stole a base.
He had to dive back to third, so he's got both the front and the back of his pants.
You think I should start tallying the ones that aren't athletic moves?
Line drive foul. Now it's going to be interesting to see after that trying time on the bases whether Cashner will still have his good stuff here. Brandon Belt singled to right field his first time.
You know, Dick, you make a good point. I'd like to elaborate on that because the legs do get heavy. You get winded. I mean, let's face it. Pitchers aren't used to doing that. Running the bases, stealing the base, scoring a run possibly. Going from first to third. Hitting a double.
2-2.
And that's when I think as a pitcher, you really got to try to slow down your mechanics, especially with nobody on base, so you get that arm in a good position to go downward plane towards home plate and not rush.
Ball 3. So you got that, Mark Sweeney, you non-athletes, you non-pitchers. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to get a little tired. You have to run all the way from first to second and second to third.
Dick, I think I'm actually breathing heavy just listening to Mark talk about it.
3-2. Fouled out of play.
Well, he had him 0-2. Now it's a full count.
56 pitches as we've started the 4th inning. You can't hide from the ball, Mom.
Yeah.
Right there. You made a good play, too. Closed your eyes, and it was right there on the seat next to you. Struck him out. Came back with inside heat. Number 4 for Cashner.
Hey, 3-2. Andrew Cashner is just going to go right after him. John Baker was set him away, but that's the beauty of throwing the ball 95, 96 miles an hour. You can miss with location, and you're going to still get some swings and misses.
Highest velocity 98 is changed down at 78. Brandon Crawford wrapped into a double play his first time.
Hey, changing speeds a little bit. 93. Did you see that little 2-seam movement there?
Almost acted like a cutter,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yep.
Right side, Jerko. 2 away.
Boy, if Andrew Cashner ever needed a quick inning, guys, it's this inning here. Bottom of the order. I'm not taking anything away from the bottom of the order of the Giants because they've done some damage in the past. But a 1-2-3 inning here for Andrew would be some kind of
Rigo or Blanco. Single to center his first time. But you think about this one, Mark Sweeney, since our partner here likes to boast about the athleticism of men who toe the slab. Now, some of them really are good athletes.
Oh, they are.
And you must know one that comes to mind that you'd say, now there is a man who could probably play anywhere. He's so athletic.
It has to be our broadcast partner, Mark Grant, because he has CrossFit. And that is exactly what he likes to do early in the morning.
Okay.
So that is some kind of athletic.
Seriously, though, you know who I think one of the best athletes in our lifetime as a pitcher? John Smoltz.
Oh, it has to be.
Oh, he's unbelievable, isn't he, Mark?
Well, I wouldn't put anything past Greg Maddux either. He doesn't look the part, but he was very athletic.
You're right.
Cabrera out, Quinton in. It's the left fielder, Quinton. A 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Cashner. The Padres leading the Giants 2-1. And that outstanding hitting pitcher, Andrew Cashner, in the 4th. Jerko robbed of extra bases by Angel Pagan, his first time up. Slider starting Jerko with a strike. And back with a fastball. Lincecum 11-5 lifetime against the Padres. He's been tough to beat. his career, it's amazing. Lincecum, if the Giants score at least 3 runs, and Lincecum's on the mound, he's 64-7. The Giants are 64-7. Good cut by Jerko. He's hitting some tough luck. He's made some good contact, line drive outs. Jerko.
You know, the one thing I see about Jed Jerko, and Mark Sweeney can weigh in on this, but just kind of a little bit pulling off the breaking ball. Might take some time. There's that Splange right there. But Mark Sweeney, what do you think? I know it might take some time. You know, you're facing better pitchers with better breaking stuff. But how about Jed Jerko on the breaking ball?
Yeah, Mark, I think that's a great point. You can see that front side opening up, just slowing the game down a little bit for Jed Jerko. So important.
Now there's another line drive for an out, right to Sandoval. So 2 balls just absolutely ripped by Jerko. 1 to center field, and now to the third baseman Sandoval for 2 outs.
Fastball in, good top hand, but Sandoval over there at third base positioned perfectly. Keep swinging it, Jed Jerko. Keep swinging it like that. They'll eventually find a hole. Looked like a good solid swing, Mark Sweeney, from your vantage point, huh?
Yeah, so many important things that he understands too. He's got to understand that this is the big leagues, and guys pitch to certain spots. They also play in spots where you pitch it, and that's what's happening here with Jed Jerko. He's understanding the frustrations of the big leagues.
But he's a mild-mannered, low-emotion guy. Doesn't show any disappointment there. John Baker bounced into a double play in the second. Padres had 2 men on and no one out. Alonso had walked and DeNorfia singled, and Jerko lined out to left center. That tumbling catch made by Pagan. And Baker ended the inning on a 4-6-3 double play, and edging to get in that batter's box, Andrew Cashner. 2-2 to Baker. As Lincecum has hit the 70 pitch mark. He's built for 100 plus. Chop to third base, foul. Well, tomorrow night, earlier game, 5:40, we'll be on the air with Padres Live, the pregame show at 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego. Eric Stoltz, 2-2 against Barry Zito, San Diego's own. He's 3-1. Full count. And then Sunday, 12:30, Jason Marquis against Ryan Vogelsong.
Barry Zito looks like he just got back from the monastery. He's got the hoodie working. Trying to do a little meditating, possibly. Getting ready.
Low and away, and Baker works Lincecum for a 1-out walk. That's the 3rd base on balls from Lincecum.
Well, the beauty of this at-bat coming up is that everybody in the ballpark probably knows that Andrew Cashner is going to be bunting him over, but you can put the Butcher Boy on now, right?
Yeah, well, of course, we see how well he handles the bat. Actually, a lot of fans here mumbling in disappointment. Why would Baker walk when he takes the bat right out of his Cashner's hands? He's squaring to bunt. Of course, that's the play. You go over to first base and try to see if the man at the plate does shorten up, and Cashner did. Two-1 Padres. Try to pick up some more here in the 4th. Good bunt. That's why they call it a sacrifice. You give yourself up, move the runner to second base, and give Cabrera a chance to add to the lead. Time for the Sycuan Casino Daycation stat of the game. Most career strikeouts per 9 innings. The big left-hander, Randy Johnson, Kerry Wood, Pedro Martinez, Lincecum. They're ahead of Nolan Ryan.
Is that unbelievable? Early in his career, he led 3 straight years in a row from 08 to 10 in strikeouts in the National League.
So Cabrera, he's grounded to short and fouled out trying to bunt. On the inside corner. 2 outs, a big run out there at second for the Padres to add to their lead.
Oh, there's a good curveball. That was the old 12-6er at 75.
Totally fooled Cabrera. Struck him out on 3 pitches. Cabrera didn't get the bat off his shoulder, so Baker left at second. We've completed 4. The Padres leading the Giants by 1. Sports San Diego is brought to you by Sequan. Real friendly, real close. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. With Mark Grant and Mark Sweeney, Kelly Kroll, Dick Enberg. Pleased you've joined us on this Friday night at beautiful Petco Park in San Diego. We've completed 4 innings. The Padres 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And the Giants 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. San Diego leaving 5, and the visitors from the north have stranded 4.
We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel, and as Andrew Cashner goes to work, the next toss will be number 63. Kind of look for him to go about 80 pitches or so, but Darren Balsley and Buddy Black, the manager of the Padres, said that, you know, if it gets to 80 or above and he's cruising, hey, we'll let him go.
Lincecum took a 3rd strike his first time. Comes out swinging at almost an off-speed fastball at 91. We saluted in the pregame ceremonies. The Padres tipped the cap to the firefighters Burn Institute. They had to fly over helicopters, fireworks after the game, so quite a Friday night. A lot of fans in the park, and a good ball game.
This is where he needs to put him away.
Did he go? No, says third base umpire Jerry Lane.
I beg to differ on that one. I thought he went.
Out of play. So the fireworks, it's part of the fireworks, the music, a tribute to the Beatles. And the man over there at third, Jerry Lane.
Very good, Professor.
That's one of their big songs.
Is he related to Penny Lane?
I think that's Penny was his British aunt.
I got you.
Full count. Struck him out on the high limb. 5 strikeouts 105 for Cashner, and that matches Lincecum's total.
Tim Lincecum doing Andrew Cashner a favor by going after that high fastball.
Angel Pagan, Cashner unable to get him out. He singled to right and singled to left.
Mark, I wanted to pose a question to you, Mark,
Sure.
in understanding that Andrew Cashner's using a little more of that two-seamer action, try to be a little more economical, do you think, instead of coming out of the pen?
No question about it, and I like that. That's a good point. As a starting pitcher, you have the ability to try to set up hitters and throw fewer pitches. And I think, Mark Sweeney, that there's no better way to get ahead than a nice two-seam fastball, especially if you have an aggressive hitting team that likes the fastball. You create a little bit of movement, they offer at it, they'll either foul it off, they'll hit it on the ground, and you've got a quick out. You take a little bit off also and create some more movement.
Fly ball to right, routine. Denorfia tucks away the second out.
Nice changeup right there by Andrew Cashner.
The batter, Marco Scudero, grounded out and walked.
I mean, Mark Sweeney as a hitter wasn't a two-seamer, one of the, I mean, a good split finger or a good changeup, but as far as the fastball, a good moving two-seamer.
Yeah, it's so hard to square up and understand, too. The movement varies at times.
Yeah.
But it's easier to sit on that four-seam fastball no matter how hard it is. But if you add a little bit movement to that two-seamer, very difficult. And adding that changeup looks very effective tonight for Cashner.
Base is empty, 2 out here in the 5th. 1-1 to Scudero. 8 men in a row retired now by Cashner since he walked Scudero back in the 3rd. 2-1. We've marveled at the fluidity of Cashner, how easy his motion is to throw so hard. Ground ball up the middle, tough play for Cabrera on the run. He throws him out. Good range by Everett Cabrera to deny Marco Scudero. 9 in a row retired by Cashner. We're at the halfway mark in this one, and the Padres lead the Giants 2-1. Bat for the Padres in the 5th. Our Coors Light freeze cam features 2 Giants plays. Angel Pagan robbing Jerko of extra bases, and Pablo Sandoval doing a 4.7 difficulty dive to make that catch of Cabrera's bunt.
Hey, the first one, extra bases, no doubt, if it gets by or off the glove of Pagan. And then you're taking the bat out of the batter's hand when Sandoval dives and squeezes that one off the third base line.
Venable, 1-1. Yeah, we just got a report from the famed San Diego Zoo that there was just a
The bamboos in the Panda cage were just shaking after Sandoval hit the ground.
Panda watch.
Yeah. 1-2.
Big story at the zoo. Yingling is going to have a baby.
World's best zoo. That'd be a great photo op to take Pablo Sandoval up there. Venable has struck out twice. Purpose pitch, backs him off with the fastball.
No, since we're talking about the zoo, it's a porpoise pitch.
Oh, well, no, that's SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, I'm sorry, my bad.
It's close. Give him a plug. Ground ball off the fist to Belt. Lincecum covers. 3-1 put up. And that's the Otter place.
Oh,
there's the zoo.
That's it.
Chase Headley. Did you know a snail could sleep 3 years?
Hey,
snails.
I'm part snail then.
Yeah, I just thought you'd like to know.
Because hey, a serious rack time right here.
I wonder if Betancourt up there at this Colorado Rockies, I wonder how long he can sleep. You know, he's kind of a baseball snail.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, not only bringing your glove to the ball yard, but you got to bring your camera as well. Get some good shots.
Walking a single for Headley tonight. Right at Scudero. 2 away. Couple of ground ball outs from Lincecum here in the 5th. And here's Carlos Quentin. Struck out and lined an RBI single to left. That tied the game in the 3rd. And then Alonso followed with a single to right to give the Padres the 2-1 lead.
Going to check out how Lincecum goes after Carlos Quentin a 3rd time around. Via the Fox tracks, brought to you by Nissan. High breaking ball.
Giants scored in the 1st inning. Single is still on base by Pagan. Came in on a wild pitch by Cashner. And the Padres on 4 singles tied and took the lead 2-1 in the 3rd. Chilly night.
That's one of those hoodies that zips right up in the front.
High fastball, and Quentin goes down swinging. 6 strikeouts for Lincecum. 5 innings complete. 2-1 Padres.
And we're back at Petco Park with the Padres leading 2-1 after 5 innings. Pablo Sandoval, Buster Posey, Hunter Pence in the heavy end of the Giants' order to bat against Andrew Cashner in the top of the 6th. All the rituals of Sandoval. He'll step out now. He'll make a 4 square there and then do a little more drawing. He's got quite a ritual before he's comfortable enough to hit.
Well, Dick, you know what's impressive about Andrew Cashner? According to my book, he's retired 9 in a row.
He has.
And that tells you that he is in a groove. Throwing good pitches. All of his pitches start Sandoval off with a changeup.
Pablo striking out both times. Changeup on the inside edge. A shot to right. Denorfia on his horse makes the catch. That one was headed to the right center field fence. Denorfia denies.
You know what's great about that catch? I mean, that ball was scalded. But Chris Denorfia, if he makes one little move, I mean a little move, a direct line towards center field, he's going to get beat on that. He realizes that Sandoval, when he throws that head and connects on the sweet spot, he's going to give it a ride.
Posey a single and the ground out to short. Just off the plate, ball 1. So 10 in a row retired by Andrew Cashner.
And here's what I mean. If Denorfia makes one move that way, he's done. But he did that. He went back towards the gap a little bit more to cut that line drive off. That's recognizing the ball off the bat. Good instincts, good first step. He definitely took away extra bases. It's a big league play.
Chop to third. Headley charges and throws him out.
Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week with 3 great matchups as the NL East leading Braves head to Detroit to take on Triple Crown winner Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers, or the Phillies battle the Mets, or Reds take on the Nationals. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Chevrolet, returns this week at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Get your baseball fix on Fox.
As always, a terrific lineup. Triple header on Saturday and then here on Fox Sports San Diego. We hope you'll join us. It's tomorrow. Eric Stoltz against Barry Zito will be on Padres Live at 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego. Another chance for Headley, the short hop, and he retires Pence. And for Andrew Cashner, 12 up, 12 down. Denorfia leads off on the 6th. pitch walk and knocked in a run with a single. Becoming the first Padre. Ground ball up the middle. Positioned perfectly. Crawford to Belt for the first out. And that gives us a chance to go down to Kelly Crow. What do you have for us, Kel?
Thanks a lot, Dick. Well, obviously the Padres with the day off yesterday, and Yonder Alonso got out in the community, a really cool event. Took 100 teams from the local Boys and Girls Club here to the screening 42, the new Jackie Robinson movie. He also raffled off the 42 jersey he wore on Jackie Robinson Day, along with all those goodies you see right there. Yonder, a Boys and Girls Club kid himself growing up, said it helped him with school, introduced him to the game of baseball himself, and he said yesterday, a very humbling day, guys, getting to be around all those kids. And I heard one of them leave and say he left with the cleats, Yonder's cleats, and said, God, this is the best day of my life. And it was so heartwarming.
Yeah, congratulations to Yonder, and I think that's a responsibility well accepted by all the Padres, that they are an arm to our community, and they are looked upon as being leaders, and for some kids, heroes. Alonso created a couple of those, if not more.
And I'm sure that every guy in that Padre uniform and throughout Major League Baseball knows that the power of that uniform goes a long way. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be the #1 guy on the team. If you're a Padre, if you're a Giant, and you go visit kids, believe me, you make their day.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Denorfia. He singled and struck out tonight. And he goes down swinging again. 7 strikeouts for Lincecum. Slider gets Denorfia. That takes us to our Coors Light cool hard or cold hard facts. Interestingly, because last year, remember the problem for the Padres, they couldn't set the table. Well, this year they are. First, second, and third spots in the order. .369 on base percentage, 4th best in the National League. Spots 4 to 9. There's a base hit for Jerko. No one caught that one after he's lined out twice tonight.
Now that's the Jed Jerko we know and love, and that was the scouting report as a minor leaguer, using the whole field. Hey, a little bit of pop every once in a while, but he takes a Tim Lincecum fastball, hands through first, barrel follows, squares it up, going the opposite way. That's a big league knock.
Brings up John Baker. Baker is wrapped into a double play and walked. Andrew Kastner is in the on-deck circle. A hint that he may return for the top of the 7th inning. Working on a string of 12 straight outs. And as per usual, the Giants and Padres in a tight one. 2-1 San Diego here in the 6th. Scudero off a broken bat. And the Padres gone in the 6th inning. 2-1 for the home side after 6.
That man, Andrew Kashner, his night is done, but what a night it was, doing a little bit of everything. Here are 2 of his 5 punch-outs on the evening, doing everything Buddy Black could ask. Got himself a base hit. How about this? Should he have gone? Well, he did, and he made it. The stolen base, he'd get moved to third, and then Carlos Quinton would drive him in. That would tie the score at 1. As I mentioned, 2-1 is where we stand right now. When we see in the post-game show, Mark Sweeney and I will break down his night. You'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black, and take you for a little look around the major leagues at some of the highlights going on all across baseball. Dick and Mark?
Yeah, a lot of Friday night activity, so stay tuned for M&M on the Padres Live post-game show right after the final out. Joe Thatcher in. Andrew Kashner, 6 innings, 1 run. The only run scored on a wild pitch in the first inning. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. As the Padres, with a 2-1 lead, bring in Thatcher. Top of the 7th, 3 left-handed hitters scheduled, so that's the reason for the calling of the southpaw. Belt, a single and a strikeout against Kashner. Then Crawford, also a lefty, and Gregor Blanco hits left-handed. Foul tip. Way out in front was Belt. So Thatcher in for Kashner, who stretches out through 6 innings tonight and pitched very effectively.
I'll tell you what, that is a good night in the big leagues for that right-hander, Andrew Kashner.
He's got to be pleased with himself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Kind of wears that on his face. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Belt goes down. That brings up Crawford. And a reminder on Sunday to join us as the Padres honor the men and women of the U.S. Coast Guard with U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day, presented by USAA. There'll be a special pregame ceremony before the Padres take the field against these Giants, a 1:10 game. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Crawford has grounded into a double play and grounded to second, takes a strike.
Well, like any pitcher, Joe Thatcher, if he gets strike 1, advantage Thatcher. You can drop that sweeping breaking ball on him. There it is right there. Nicely done.
Lowest team ERA. Atlanta, then Pittsburgh. This is for the bullpen. Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego, they're in 5th place. Swung on and missed. So the left-handed choice by Bud Black pays off as he fans both Belt and Crawford. And we'll see if Blanco will hit.
There's a sweeper again, and before this inning, when Joe Thatcher came in, as Dick mentioned, lefty, 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 due up. Brandon Belt this year against lefties hitting .333. Brandon Crawford versus lefties .280. So Joe Thatcher is putting a stop to that right now.
And they're going to lift Blanco as Andres Torres is introduced, the switch hitter. And with that announcement, Bud Black goes out, and Joe Thatcher, job well done. Faced 2 tough left-handed hitters and struck them both out. Right-hander coming in. Padres lead 2-1. allowing only 3 hits and a couple of runs, as he'll try to get the final out. Andres Torres, which hitting outfielder, will be the hitter with 2 outs, bases empty. And big news here, Twitter poll.
Absolutely. Call the neighbors. Twitter poll results. Who has the best shot at a modeling career after baseball? Look at that. Chase Headley, 42% of you say that man is going to be on the cover of GQ someday. Posey comes in second. Zito third. Thanks for joining us on Twitter.
No home cooking on that.
No, none at all.
I think everyone recognizes the all-around total talent of Chase Headley in and out of the uniform. These are from GQ, the
tighter pants
recent edition. Yeah, he just looks sharper to me. And
nice
Posey,
capris, yeah.
Looks like the cuffs are a little high to me. Zito
looked like a little left-hander going way down under. A little Laredo from the left side there.
I wonder when the edition where they have the announcers as the featured models. You know, that's something to look forward to. 2-1. Pulled foul. I know who won't win that one. Bob Uecker. We could beat him. I know that. And the John Miller of the Giants, no chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
Shorts and flip-flops, right?
That's the man. Soft fly ball. Jerko is there. 15 straight Giants retired, and we're at the stretch half of the 7th at Petco. On this Friday night, opening the 3-game series with the world champion Giants and the Padres and Giants in a close tussle. 2-1 San Diego as Andres Torres stays in the game in left field, and he will bat in Blanco's spot. Kyle Blanks, first ball hunting, grounds it right to Sandoval, and Blanks hustling hard, but Sandoval throws him out. Good to see Kyle back in the hitting form after running into the wall in San Francisco and taking 6 stitches in his eyelid.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Top of the order, Cabrera grounded out, fouled out trying to bunt, and took a 3rd strike from Lincecum the last time. That's where Lincecum has been pitching him. Fastballs in on the hands. Strike 2. That's 5 straight pitches from Lincecum, all taken for strikes. Last time up, Cabrera didn't offer it any pitch and went down on 3. First 2 pitches in the strike zone again. Lincecum has him baffled.
He's got a good slider working tonight as well.
And he strikes him out. Ball in the dirt with that splitter or splange or whatever you want to call it.
The splange.
Strange.
The split changeup. Tim Lincecum was quoted as saying it's a modified split grip. It's not a split. It's not a change. And you can see the effect of the pitch. Cabrera nearly brought to his knees on that off-speed pitch.
8 strikeouts for Lincecum. He struck out 8 last weekend in San Francisco against the Padres. 100 pitches now thrown by the right-hander. Undoubtedly his last inning as he's scheduled to lead off the top of the 8th. Venable struck out twice, grounded to first. Houlihan Luke Gregerson getting ready in the bullpen to work the 8th inning. Looks like Houston Street doing a little exercising behind Gregerson, anticipating the 9th.
Isn't Houston Street always stretching? I mean, he's in line at Starbucks, get a coffee, and he's stretching the quads, stretching the hammies, stretching his back. He's a public stretcher.
Ooh, good cut by Venable. 2-2 now the count.
There he is. I'll have a latte with 1 Splenda, no foam, and a banana walnut bread.
And a scone to go.
Yeah.
Full count Venable. Well, our old friend Jake Peavy picked up a win for the White Sox tonight.
Oh, he's throwing the ball extremely well, isn't he?
Man. Struck him out again. Slider. 9 strikeouts for Lincecum, but he leaves the game still trailing 2-1.
You're not going to want to miss this. Following Padres Live is the premiere of Cup of Coffee with Dick Enberg featuring Chase Headley. Here's a sneak preview.
It's double trouble for you because you're hitting from 2 sides.
It's tough. Yeah, I think that that kind of took golf out of the equation for me. You know, I got 2 swings on the baseball field. I can't maintain another one for
Can't
sure.
play golf? If you did, would you play left or right?
I would play right, but some people would watch me and think I probably should play left as bad as I hit a golf ball.
Once again, Monday at 9 p.m. after Padres Live, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Yeah. Chase relaxing, and it was really
I love the setting.
Yeah, just a half hour, just talking with another bloke, you know, what's going on with your life, you know, and he was
like
opened up, and you saw a more relaxed personality from Chase, who has that serious game face on as we watch him in uniform.
Like all those guys down in that clubhouse, he's a good egg. And here's another good egg.
Luke Gregerson. He'll pitch to Nick Noonan, leading off as the pinch hitter in the top of the 8th inning. Noonan batting for Lincecum. A local lad, born in Poway, and attended Francis Parker High School here in San Diego. And he's made the club, this rookie. And off to a good start. 19 at bats, 7 hits. That comes out at 368. 3 for 8 as a pinch hitter. Padre pitching, shackling the Giants. 15 straight outs. The last base runner, Scudero, with no one out, walked in the 3rd against Cashner. Lincecum's night is over. Another solid effort by the right-hander. 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. Noonan, Pagan, and Scudero against Gregerson in the 8th. Out in front of the plate, but foul. So it's got to be a thrill for Noonan. You know, he's got a lot of family and friends and high school mates here to cheer him on. He's only 23, making the big time.
Yeah, as you mentioned, living up in Poway, and the manager, of course, Bruce Bochy, still makes his home up in Poway.
Manager could give him a lift to the ballpark while they're here. Line drive, center field, charge, Venable, he's there. A shot off the bat of Noonan, but right to the center fielder.
Good swing, but I hang with him.
Gregerson moving up the list of Padres' all-time career games pitched. Now an even 300 for Cool Hand Luke.
That's great. I love that. Cool Hand Luke. Nobody can eat 50 hard-boiled eggs in less than an hour, son.
Paul Newman, what a great movie that was. Angel Pagan, a line single to right. He scored the only run for the Giants. Leading off the game with that line single to right, and stole second, moved to third on a ground out, and came home on a Cashner wild pitch, and that's been it for the offense of San Francisco. He lined a single to left in the 3rd. No damage done, and fly to right his last time. And Baker in rather serious conversation here.
Had a little cleanup on aisle 5 out there in left field. Had some, looks like a part of the Rose Parade went through. Left some of the float out there on the warning track.
Now set to play again. Slider low and in. Padres lost a couple of tough ones up north in the series over the weekend. They were beaten in the 9th inning 3-2, and they were shut out by Lincecum 2-0. Trying to return the favor tonight, leading 2-1. One gone here in the 8th inning. Problem with a lens for Baker, perhaps. Something in his eye. It's okay. The ball kicking up some dirt. It bounced in.
Backdoor slider.
Very useful player, this man, Pagan. Over below. Scudero on deck. Here in the 8th inning with 1 out. Lifted behind short. Venable coming in. Cabrera out. Venable calling him off for the 2nd out.
Well, tomorrow NASCAR heads to Richmond and goes under the lights as Daytona 500 champion Jimmy Johnson will look for his 4th career victory while defending champion Kyle Busch tries to defend his title. Fox Sports exclusive coverage of the Toyota Owners 400 begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Jimmy Johnson's a member of the Hall of Champions, Hall of Fame here in San Diego, one of our own. Scutaro, a couple of ground outs and a walk tonight. Fastball with a little tail. Third baseman Headley another chance. 1-2-3 the story from Luke Gregerson. 18 straight Giants retired. It's 2-1 San Diego. Star of the game, Andrew Kashner. Kashner with 7 innings of 1-run ball, striking out 5, and then lining a single to center field to start the Padre 2-run inning. Back in the 3rd, stealing his first major league base and then scoring on Quinton's single to tie the game. Padres go on to get another base hit from Alonso and a 2-1 lead. Andrew Kashner, our Carl's Jr. star of the game.
He certainly did it all tonight, helping his own cause. It's something that he can work on even more next time in the bullpen for his next start. But we also saw a lot of progress tonight. Nicely done by Andrew.
So Edinson Volquez giving the Padres a great start in the final game against Milwaukee. 2-1 by the way. And here it is, a 2-1 lead, bottom of the 8th inning, as George Cantos, in his 11th game in relief this year, comes in for San Francisco. Noonan stays in the game at second base. Headley, Quinton, Alonso scheduled. Padres would like to pick up some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Big guys are up in the 9th for the Giants. Good breaking ball. Dips in there for strike 1.
Yeah, that's the slider from Cantos. Also throws the fastball in a change.
Headley 1 for 2. He scored the 2nd run back in the 3rd inning. That's how it stands now, 2-1. Padres with only 6 hits off Lincecum, but 4 of them in that 3rd, with Kashner kicking it off with a single to center. With 2 outs, Headley single, then an RBI single Quinton, RBI single Alonso, and the Padres have the 2-1 lead they now enjoy. He did not go, and the count runs to 3-1. Oh, full moon tonight. Friday in late April at Cove Park. fly ball to deep left field. Torres back to the warning path. Not quite enough.
Got under it just a little bit too much.
And it's with each at bat, you can see the stroke coming back for Chase Headley.
And that's the right idea there, trying to take Contos the opposite way. Front foot was down. Barrel of the bat, trying to get up on top of that baseball. Just worked under it just a little bit. I think Chase is saying to himself, boy, that's one I really could have driven.
Quentin, high fly ball into left center. Trio of Giants after it. Watch out! Torres makes the play. Crawford bailing out at the last moment. 2 away.
Yeah, that's Torres' ball all the way. Crawford backpedaling. That ball was up there for a long, long time. You can see Torres calling it the whole way and just puts it in the webbing as Crawford tries to get out of the way.
Yeah, he was looking at Crawford.
Yes, he
and
was.
You know, it's the kind of ball that can flop out of your glove. So 2 out to Alonso. Single, RBI single and a walk. And a ground out to short. It was his line drive to right that knocked in the go-ahead score in that 2-run 3rd inning. Looking ahead, top of the 9th. Houston Street will be facing Sandoval, Posey, and Pence, the 3 big men in the order for the Giants. Luke behind third. That's going to be trouble for Sandoval. No, he's able to hustle back and make the play. So top of the 9th inning we go. Houston Street saved the win 2-1 on Wednesday night. He'll enter the game 2-1 again tonight. Petco, where the healthy pets go. Top of the 9th. Padres with a 2-1 lead against the world champion Giants, and Houston Street comes in to pitch to Sandoval, Posey, and Pence. Alexi Amarista goes into the game in left field for Quinton. Well, the ERA is nothing to stick your chest out. 6.43, and the opponents have hit him for 321, so that's not Houston Street numbers.
Yeah, he's known for his pinpoint control. A little high on the walk side with 4 and 7 innings pitched. Not a lot of room for error here in this one. Last time out for Houston, an inning against the Milwaukee Brewers a couple of days ago. Take a look at the last 3 outings, Dick. Wednesday against Milwaukee, an inning, a couple of hits, 1 earned run. So hopefully he has things ironed out and has a quick 9th here.
Alexi Amoristas takes over for Carlos Quinton in left field. And Pablo Sandoval well, there's a string of 18 straight outs, but the one ball that was really crushed was Sandoval to right center, a line drive that Denorfia was able to chase down in the 6th inning. He struck out twice against Kastner and lined to right. First pitch is in there.
And according to our Fox tracks, Southland Technology, right on the corner.
In there, that's it. Off the fist, fly ball to right. Denorfia circles under it. Oh, he didn't miss that by much. Went away. And a reminder to be with us tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, for Fox Sports San Diego Saturday night coverage of the Game 2. Barry Zito, the veteran left-hander, against the Padres vet, left-hander Eric Stoltz. Stoltz going for his 3rd win of the year. Posey, the batter. 2 ground outs and a single to left. Spikes the fastball. That's in there. Perfect spot. Knee high outside corner. A more than interested spectator, Andrew Kastner. 2 outs away from his 1st win of the year.
Hey, the wins are great, but the relievers want to save it for that kid, Andrew Kastner.
Ground ball into right field for a base hit. And with 1 out, Posey gives the Giants fans here some hope. Tying run on.
Well, Houston Street is all about control. Pitch by pitch to Buster Posey. First one was spiked. Okay. Second one, perfect pitch. Buster Posey probably realized that Houston Street's going to keep the ball away. He doesn't want to have anything middle in, something he can yank out of the ballpark. So Buster Posey, what does he do? He takes that ball the opposite way like he does so many times. That's why he is such a great hitter he is.
Cruz Bochy sends in a pinch runner, Joaquin Arias. Carrying the tying run, Hunter Pence, the batter. Kept on the infield, grounded out twice to third, once to short. Padres leading the Giants 2-1 here in the top of the 9th inning. 1 out and the tying run. Pinch runner Arias at first base. Houston Street trying to get the final 2 outs and secure a hard-earned win tonight.
Well, the San Francisco Giants have grounded into 3rd most double plays this year with 12. The Phillies lead in that category with 15. How about a 6-4-3 play right here?
And it'll be out of play down the right field side. So Houston Street up on the count, 2 strikes.
Houston Street has to stick to his strength during this sequence here. Peppering away at that outside corner. Hoping that Hunter Pence gets a little froggy, try to hook that ball. That will induce the grounder to the left side. Midfield playing on the pull. And Chase Headley guarding that 3rd base line.
Too far away to chase. 1-2. 2-2.
Houston Street trying to throw a little chum out there on the outside corner, but the fish ain't biting.
Cashner, Volquez, Corey Lukey, Clayton Richard there. The pitcher's roll. Feeling each delivery from their ace reliever, Houston Street.
You know, I don't care what you say, but Andrew Cashner sitting on that bench, his heart is probably pounding more now than it was when he was out there on the mound. He can't control anything right now. When he was on the mound, he could control throwing the fastball away. He could control throwing the changeup. He's hoping his buddy Houston Street could save it for him right here.
Struck him out. Slider just off the outer edge. 2 away.
Well, it looks like Houston has got that pinpoint control down. That's a slider. Andrew Cashner, yeah, the fist pump, you betcha. With the rest of the pitchers on that bench.
Giants down to their final out. Brandon Belt, a single, and he struck out twice tonight. The Giants, I almost hate to remind you, the last 2 games have hit a home run in the 9th inning to tie the game, and then lost in extra innings to Arizona. And Brandon Belt was the one who accomplished that a couple of nights ago on Tuesday, and Brandon Crawford then on Wednesday, only to have Arizona come back on the 10th and win up in San Francisco. 1-0. Base hit to left. There goes Arias to third. And the tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the 9th as Belt delivers.
That's a perfect example of a hitter trying to not do too much with a pitch that's elevated and away. Brandon Belt takes a high changeup. Looks like a high changeup. You see Houston Street turn it over. Look at on contact. If Belt buckle, it's away, and he beats the shift, going the opposite way to the right of Everett Cabrera at shortstop.
In fact, both hits in the inning. Posey's hit was to the opposite field, and now Belt goes opposite way. First and third, the drama thickens here in the top of the 9th inning as Brandon Crawford steps in. The shortstop has grounded into a double play, grounded to second, and struck out. Strike 1. Strike 2.
Nice little slider down and in. Crawford swinging right over the top of it.
Up the middle. Jurko to second, and the ball game is over. The Padres have won it 2-1. Turnabout is fair play as the Giants come to Petco. And it's the Padres that come away with a tight 2-1 victory tonight, led by the pitching of Andrew Cashner and the hitting of the big right-hander from Texas. That's the story, 2-1. Mike, a lot to assimilate tonight.
Oh, you bet, Dick. What a great evening for that young man, Andrew Cashner. We're going to break it down for you. Mark Sweeney will show you all that he was able to do, not only on the mound, but also at the plate. You're going to hear from the manager, Buddy Black, and we're going to talk about the great job the bullpen's done. We'll see you in moments.